Hey,
Oh, come here.
oh, I gotta meet everybody.
Just sit here and I'll get another chair.
Beautiful. All right. So, welcome.
Hi, welcome everyone.
Welcome to the Come Alive erShred call. We're grateful you're here. And we are going to invite some people to share their testimonials. The hardest thing about that part of this is that usually people don't tell us in advance. So with that in mind, I think I had just a couple people that said they would right off the bat. One of those people said they would have to do it next week. They canceled last minute, but
Aubrey will.
oh, Aubrey, that's great. Thank you. Here's a little example of what a testimonial might look like. Before the erShred, I felt like this, or I was experiencing this, or I was this or that. And it's, you know, you could share what you want to share, 2 to 3 minutes in total. And then I'm currently on day whatever. And as a result, I am now feeling this or having, you know, enjoying this or what have you. I mean, I feel that this, you know, it doesn't have to be this canned, but you get the idea. The main thing here is we don't want to give the impression that we're trying to treat, cure, prevent any kind of illness or medical condition. And that is the disclaimer we like to share with everyone, is that we are not claiming such. This is a nutritional protocol. And yeah, so with all that said, we're grateful you're here. It's an unbelievable concept. It's really a convergence of many different concepts, and it's just proven to be magic for so many people. So with all of that, Aubrey, if you could unmute, we would love to hear how you're doing and how you did and all that good stuff. You out there, Aubrey?
Okay, I'm here.
All right.
Okay, I'm driving kids to swimming, and so this is like not opportune time, but I feel like there is never going to be a time. So I'm almost home. So maybe you should have someone else go, if someone else could go, because I'm like a few minutes from home.
Yeah,
Okay.
no problem. What about you, Mike? You thinking you'd step up to the plate and share how it's gone so far?
Sure. I usually don't have a trouble speaking in front of people, so no problem for me. Sometimes I talk too much. I started Isagenix about 18 months ago. First 9 months, lost 80 pounds.
Wow, congrats.
Very successful. Then I got a new job at a brewery. And I have to say, part of my job is drinking beer. So depending on your point of view, it could be the greatest job ever. And I put about 35 of that back on, and it wasn't just beer. I fell off from the Isagenix habits. So just recently, a lot of people here in Kalamazoo have been starting the erShred. Several of them are just finishing up round 2. So part of my team encouraged the rest of us. So I am now on day 9, wrapping up day 9 of round 1. I'll start my cleanse in the morning. Actually, technically I'm starting tonight. I've already had my shake for dinner. And so far I did step on the scales this morning, and through day 8, 11 pounds.
Oh, way to go.
I haven't taken my after measurements yet. I'm going to wait until totally after, but I do step on the scale once in a while. So yeah, 11 pounds in 8 days, and looking forward to hopefully knocking out about 3 or 4 more with the last 2 days of cleanse.
Yeah.
Feeling great. I'll be honest, day 5, coming off from the first cleanse, just tired.
Yeah.
Stayed with it, and my gut just, I posted this on the group page, commented to somebody, and my gut just felt really bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was coming off from the cleanse and just eating all that fat again, but day 5 was rough, but day 6 was incredible.
Yeah.
Energy through the roof.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Mike, that's great. Energy through the roof. And how do you feel in terms of your eating habits, your control over, you know, culprit type foods, things like that?
Cravings are gone. My biggest thing was, you know, the end of the night when you finally settle down, you get a snack, whether you're hungry or not. And that snack typically for me was not very healthy stuff. I don't have those cravings at all now. I say sitting down, to relax at night, I don't think about, it's not habit that I have to have something that I'm eating. So definitely curb that craving and that habit.
Well, congratulations. That's great.
Thank you.
I wanted to
Looking-
mention, I have coached a few people who, they went a little too crazy on the grease. We want you to get those animal fats. We want your body to learn how to use those animal fats for energy and to become fat adaptive. And that's one of the reasons that people are feeling so great on this, is because their bodies never realized the benefit. Jesse's going to talk about that later. But if you eat too much grease, I'll tell you about what happened to me. We made some ribs, and I made them on the grill, and I've never done that, but we made some ribs, and I just gnawed on those ribs, and there was just so much gristle. And I ate so much of that gristle, and it really did have this negative effect on my stomach. So I think too much grease, too much gristle, I would tend to lean more towards, the grass-fed butters, stuff like that, rather than the grease and the gristles, because I think that can upset the stomach.
Yeah, more beef, like pork should be a little more like the side dish,
Yeah,
but beef should be like the main dish.
agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, Aubrey, you're on. Thank you so much, Mike, and congrats on your results, and keep it going, buddy. And yeah,
Okay.
Mike, you do a good job talking in front of people. So
Yeah, thank you.
keep doing that. All right, Aubrey, you're up.
Okay. So I did the erShred. It's been 3 weeks since I finished it. And I just wanted to lose like 15 pounds. So I just went through it once. And I lost 10 pounds. I don't know how many inches, but it was awesome. Kind of the place I was at when I decided to do it. I gained like 15, the COVID 15, 19, whatever. And so in the last year, there's been a lot of stressful things, a lot of life changes, and just, it was stress and whatever, for whatever reason. And I never really have struggled a lot with my weight, but I have struggled a lot with body image and just always dieting and always trying to reach some perfection around like what I looked like. And it was just, I would constantly be making plans and counting macros, and I would always fail, and I would always kind of just got into this self-loathing cycle of like, I'm going to make this amazing plan, and then I wouldn't do it, and then I would hate myself, and I would just like cycle that over and over. And I also had like 7 years of dealing with infertility. So I went through like a naturopathic doctor, and they told me, oh, it's everything you're eating, it's your environment. So I went through this whole thing of like cutting all these things out of my diet, and I just feel like I've like been at war with my body for like 10 years of just like, there's something wrong with me, or like, I'm not, I shouldn't eat this, or I shouldn't eat that. And I just like got to a place where I just was so tired, and like, I'm so sick of trying to like fix myself, like mentally, physically, everything. I was just like, ugh. And so, I got to know Crystal and Sean through the Mormon Enlightenment group, because I went through a faith transition this last year, and I just really like have respected their journey and love their story, and they really helped me a lot, and I trusted them, which was nice. I had that trust there. And then like Sean has to keep flashing his abs, and I'm like, what's going on here, So anyways, I kept like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing another diet. I'm not, no, and I don't want to know anything about it. But it kept coming up. So I looked, so I start learning about it, and I'm a skeptic. I've learned a lot about nutrition. I'm like, no, this is keto. This is this. I was researching like why this isn't healthy, like all these things, But I was also kind of desperate. Like, I'm sick of feeling this way. I'm sick of making these plans that I can't follow. I'm sick of being addicted to sugar, basically. Like, I can't follow through with my plans. And so I just went for it. I was like, screw it. It's 2020. Like, I'm doing this. I don't, whatever. It might be another flop. Like, so anyways, it was amazing. And it's 3 weeks later. I have kept the weight off, which I was like, I'm probably going to gain it back because it's water weight or something, you know. But I've kept the weight off and it's been kind of stumbling around. I'm like, oh, what should I eat? I want someone to tell me what to eat. Like, where's the meal plan? Like, what do I do? Like, freaking out. But I finally have come to like this place where I actually realize I enjoy eating the way that I was eating on the erShred, and I've kind of circled back to it. And the shakes and the bone broth are like the staple of my diet that I know are giving me what I need and getting me that protein. Like, at my age, I want to have that good quality protein. And then I'm experimenting with foods that I know are good for me that I want to try. And I've just kind of got a little system going. And I just feel so empowered and so like disciplined. And I don't have cravings. I don't want things. And I have had things that, you know, and I'm like, yeah, that didn't feel good, or it wasn't really worth it. And I'm just learning and I'm not beating myself up, and I'm listening to my hunger and my body, and I'm not counting. And it's just been, and I'm sharing it, and I see the vision, and I'm like, this is different because I've tried a lot of things, and I just want to like, yeah, I know so many people that suffer in some way around all of that. And so I'm like, just gonna tell them about it. And so thank you. I'm like glad that I just trusted, because it's hard to trust. It's hard to trust when you've been through so many things. It's like, meh.
Yeah. Thank you, Aubrey. That was
Yep.
so awesome to hear the whole story.
Aubrey,
And to wait real fast, I like that you mentioned how you're kind of trying to incorporate new foods. And, you know, that is a question that many people have, like, what do we do afterwards? And I like how you have like a positive way of looking at it. Like, you like how you're eating on the erShred, but now you just feel really empowered and you're slowly incorporating new foods and just learning how to listen to your body. That's really what it's all about.
Yeah, and not asking somebody else like, what should I eat? Because
Yeah.
that's what I've always done. Is
Yes.
like, oh, I should follow this meal. Oh, I should. Yeah, like, no, like, what is my body telling me? Like, what do I feel like? Like, what? And I actually want healthy food because I feel so good. I don't want to eat crappy stuff, you know? So it's just taking the willpower. I don't have to will myself. I want to.
Yes.
So you guys like tricked? I don't know. It's some trick. It's some magical trick.
I know.
Oh,
It does
man.
seem like that. It is crazy.
Aubrey's so cool.
Yeah.
You're cool, Aubrey.
Oh, anyway,
You know what?
okay.
Your pictures tell 1,000 words.
Amazing.
So if
results.
anybody wants to go see her pictures, because I can't flash them right now, but you could go look up her page because she's so brave. She wants to help other people, and she posted her pictures online. And your last name is Bergeson. How do you spell that?
It's Bergeson. Yep.
Awesome. And so you mentioned all of that stuff around control. How many pounds and inches did you lose that initial erShred you did, the 11 days?
It was 10 pounds, and I lost like 2 inches off my waist. I don't really know total, but yeah, it was just like all, and a lot of it was like in the midsection, like the bloat, you know, more than anything, which was awesome. So yeah.
I'm so excited to see what unfolds from your results. It's kind of like a chain reaction, and you're going to help a lot of people. So thank you, Aubrey. Thank you. Hey, we got a couple people on here. For those of you that have joined us, and if any of you have results and you've never shared before, we want you to be a priority. But we also want to hear from other people who have been on this, because it's incredible to demonstrate to people there really is a lifestyle change here. By the way, Aubrey, in the group, erShred on Facebook, you can get there by going to bodyalive.com. It just directs you straight there. And there's going to be so many incredible resources over time teaching people, you know, how to incorporate different foods, which foods to go with first. It's already happening. All that's forthcoming. This is only 5 weeks we're into this, so pretty fun stuff. Mimi, we would love to hear how you're doing. Mimi, are you out there?
I am out here. Hi, everybody. Hi, Sean. Hi, Crystal. Ah. Okay, so my first erShred results were amazing because, first of all, I gained this brightness inside of me, the energy I hadn't had in like 30 years. I lost my granny wave fat in my upper arm, the fat underneath my arm that I was pulling into the side of my bra, and on my poochie belly went away, and the bulge below my ribs went down flat. I couldn't believe it. And then there was a comment by my sister on one of my photos, which was only on day 5. And her comment was, "Your abs are showing," with exclamation points. So my comment back to her was, "And?" So let me tell you, my total weight and inches for the first 11 days, besides the amazing human experience I had, was 18 pounds and 20 inches.
Oh my God.
Okay, so then I did a second shred, but I failed to order enough cleanse to do my second 2-day cleanse on the 11 days. So I just took it in stride. I ordered 2 cleanses so I could do a full 11 days, took a 5-day break, just steak and shakes for 5 days, and then went at it again. And I've kept the weight off, but I've lost a total of 24.
Wow.
I'm 24, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was 133 and I'm 119, and I've kept it off. Every day I wake up because I've added something and I think, oh, here we go. Is it going to be true? Am I going to fit into my pants? I'm still fitting into my jeans. Look really nice, tucking my shirt in. I bought 2 belts. I haven't worn a belt in like 5 years. And I'm still working with the horses, but my strength is there. And I have clarity that continues to be consistent.
Yeah.
I'm doing diets, special diets for horses. I'm doing 5 different stalls back to back to back, and I'm taking care of rescuing a puppy
You've been
and 2
doing,
bunny rabbits.
Mimi, is it right? You've been doing manual labor throughout these shreds.
Throughout the entire shred. I think on day 4, I moved 200 cubic feet of wet and dry sand from a stall out to a paddock and then raked it down. And that was on day 4, which was a cleanse day.
Yeah,
So I've always had good upper body strength.
Yeah.
You're a
Say it again?
superhero. We're gonna get you an erShred cape.
Oh yeah, I want one. I would totally wear it. Everybody will be like, there she goes.
Oh man, you're something special, and your energy. And guys, if you want, there's a YouTube channel. You can see erShred on YouTube. Look it up.
Cool.
We post all the calls on there, and so there's a record of all the calls. And you can actually go and see the first time Mimi shared, and you can track her progress, which is pretty awesome. So, Mimi, we love you.
Well, you know
You're
what?
amazing.
It was my final 4 weeks that I went into erShred. It was my final 4 weeks of my 16-week Isabody challenge.
Yeah.
I am so grateful that this program brought me to the stats, because it was an amazing transformation just in those 11 days after I had worked diligently for the first 12 weeks. And then my final 4 weeks, I was shredding with erShred. And it really has just trimmed me down and made me feel so confident about everything. So thank you very much.
Mwah. You're the erShred poster child. You are.
I've never been a poster child except for one with a black box over my eyes that says, "Do not let this happen to you."
Hey, okay, Luna, I don't know if you are down to share tonight, but I'm going to put that out there. And what about Luna? If you're out there and you want to share, you're more than welcome. We'd love to have you. Patrick, you wanted to share an update. You out there, Patrick? You know how to unmute?
I'm right here. Yeah. Last week, I think I was on. I mentioned that in that 11 days, I lost 12 pounds.
Yeah.
And I just have so much energy. It's just incredible. I've been at the gym, and like every other day, I try to swim a mile. And then the days in between, I go on the track and just work out on that and with the machines there. And I'm 67. I have more energy now than I've had in quite a while, and it's wonderful.
Oh, way to go, Patrick. That's
So cool.
incredible. It's called a new lease on life. Way to go,
Yeah.
Patrick.
Yes.
You're doing great, and you're going to inspire a bunch of people around you. What better time to do that than right now? Guys, this erShred, we're going to push back. We're going to push back against everything that we're going through, humanity right now. We're going to push back. We're going to show all of this crisis, everything. We're going to show it what we're made of.
And
Luna.
let's show everybody that you can stay healthy through the holidays.
Yes.
We don't have to let ourselves go like we do every single year and then make the goal January 1st to get healthy again. Like, let's go into the holidays being
That's
healthy.
right. Amen, sister. All right.
To
What
eat
about
all the turkey we want?
That's Luna.
Hi, Luna.
Luna
Hi.
is a personal trainer and a fitness competitor, and she is just awesome. We're crazy about Luna. Luna, how's it been? How have you been? You've never shared before.
Yeah, so I finished my 11-day about 3 days ago. And it was more not for weight loss, it was more for gut health, because that's the reason why I started Isagenix. If guys don't know my story, I suffered from IBS, even like stomach ulcers. I was in the hospital, just always having like walking around like this until Isagenix came into my life miraculously, and it helped me, help my stomach. I was able to put on some weight, which is something I always wanted to do. But then, doing competitions here and there, you go up and down, and it's very easy to get into that cycle of like eat healthy and then binge a little bit. And I always knew that the cleansing was hard for me like everyone else, and I always felt like just heavy in my stomach. Even though I look healthy on the outside, I knew like there was something like a little bit missing. And I can tell because like I recently had like a lot of back acne, and someone actually thought I was taking steroids because I had that. And obviously I have grown a little bit since last year as far as weight, muscle mass, but I'm like, no, I'm not on steroids. So I did the 11-day, and the first day was tough. I think I talked to Jesse, and it was that transition from, like I love carbs, love bread.
Yeah.
But it was a transition from like carbs to like high protein, high fats. And I didn't realize like, oh my gosh, like I have such a bad sugar addiction. And like, oh my God. But okay, so when I did the third day, I think it was Halloween. I had a Halloween party for my son. Like I had the freaking willpower. I was impressed with myself because I didn't have a donut. I didn't have no candy, no alcohol, nothing. I told everybody I'm doing the shred, and everyone's like, oh my God. Like, and I'm just like, I didn't want it. It's like, I didn't even want it. I was having my little Kobe pieces of steak, and that was good. And then like I really felt a huge difference on day 5. Like on day 5, I felt I did lose body fat. It was like I went from 23% to 18. I don't really like gauge the numbers, but like that's what the scale says, but I go by what the picture says and how I feel. But I got a lot of comments on my pictures like, oh my God, how is that possible? And I'm like, look, it's a gut inflammation thing that I do, and it makes my gut healthy, and this is the results. So that was like day 6. And then let's see, so like when I finished everything, I like now I'm just taking a break, and I'm slowly introducing foods. But I did notice when I switched from having whole food beef to Publix, which is down here, we have Publix. I had a horrible stomach ache. Like
Interesting.
well,
So you're learning to be in tune with your body.
Yeah, the quality of meat was like, oh my gosh. I was like, well, not buying Publix meat anymore. So, I mean, I usually go to Whole Foods, but it's just that one day that Publix was just more convenient. And I have the world's most sensitive stomach. So, like, I can tell when something is not good for me, like, I will see it the next day. And
Talk to you about that without addressing any kind of medical condition. How you did okay on the meat, even though you have a sensitive stomach. Is that correct? Because in my experience, I have the world's most sensitive stomach, and I thought there's no way I can do this until I tried just meat alone with nothing else at all, just the meat, the butter. And guess what? It was like magic for me. And I'm like, oh, shoot, maybe it was the other things I was putting in with the meat. What about you?
So I noticed two things: the quality of the meat, and also like I talked to my clients about this, like where in the month my hormones is, woman hormones. So I know, like, towards the week before I'm ovulating, I cannot have any type of fiber. Like, vegetables kill me. So I didn't have this problem this time. Like, I didn't have that problem, but I did notice, like, I had a lot of gas and bloating. I was just having like red meat, but it was the quality of the meat. If it's not grass fed.
Right. Well, and
No.
I want to address that too. Before we're going to have Janelle close us out, and then we'll turn it over to Jesse. Janelle wanted to give an update as well, but I wanted to address that too because, and guys, I just posted in the chat, we're not allowed to talk about the virus. Okay, that's this world crisis. We're not allowed to talk about the virus. We're not allowed to talk about it. That's all I can really say. There's just too much regulation around that word, and so I just want to make sure that's clear.
Hey, Sean, real quick, Mary Beth wants to share too.
Okay.
And she's never shared before.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Yep, Luna, we want to thank you. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, thank you.
Not good.
We love you and thank you so much, and we hope to hear some updates from you in the future.
All right, you guys. Take
All
care.
right. Mary Beth, you out there?
Hi,
How are you?
I'm Mary Beth. It's nice to meet you guys.
Oh, it's
Mary
Adam's
Beth.
better half.
What's happening? This is my clearly better half.
Yay.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yes, no, you're not.
Thanks for having me.
Yes,
I'm on.
everybody, by the way.
What's that?
I said she's got twins, everybody, by the way.
Yeah.
One with twins, like, oh my gosh.
Yes. Mom of four. Our youngest are twins. They'll be 6 months on Sunday. So I'm happy to be here because I want to tell y'all I feel good. I have 6-month-old twins. My life and my house is crazy and I feel good. Like, it's amazing. I'm on my second shred. I'm on, I think, day 3 of my second shred. I'm cleansing today. So anyone out there cleansing, I'm here, right here with you. And I just want to say that when I was pregnant, I've been using the products for 4 years, a little over 4 years, and I love them. And when I was pregnant with twins, I was using the products and eating really great and feeling good as best as I could feel with 2 humans growing inside my body. I felt great. And I'm not a spring chicken, guys. 43. But anyway, sorry, I'm not used to talking in front of a lot of people, but
No problem.
anyway, through the pregnancy, I did great. It was just postpartum, postpartum's hard enough as it is, your hormones are everywhere. You're in recovery. Your body is just not your own most days, but I was not eating as healthy postpartum as I was while I was pregnant. I was literally shoveling food in my face because when I got the opportunity to eat, I had to eat really quickly because somebody needed me, somebody needed to be fed, or, somebody was crying. My poor son was colicky forever. But with all that being said, postpartum is hard enough. I just felt off. I didn't feel right at all. I wasn't well. And most days were actually pretty unbearable to get through. So I wanted to do the shred. I I needed to do the shred. I mean, it wasn't really about weight loss. I mean, I have pregnancy weight that I'd like to lose. I'm still in the middle of that journey. And I just needed to feel better. And the shred has helped me a lot. And I think getting through the cleanse days has been a lot easier this time around on the shred. I think, the bone broth is great. It helps out so much. And I think just the foods that I'm eating, it's just helped overall with everything. So the cleanse days are a lot easier to get through. But,
I'm
navigating.
going to lead you just a little bit. Have you noticed anything around culprit foods, cravings, control, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, cravings. I had crazy cravings after having the twins. I just wanted junk food all the time. And it showed in the way that I felt, but also showed in my skin. My skin was awful. I mean, I know your hair falls out anyway after having babies, but now my hair is coming in. It's thick and it's growing and it's awesome. And my nails are growing now. My skin feels better, but also cravings. I don't really have that many, little to none right now. And I don't really pick at night like I used to. Like I used to want to just snack all night long. And now I don't really snack at all. I don't really have the urge, to go in the pantry and just eat for the sake of eating.
Yeah.
I don't feel it. It's not really there anymore.
You're satiated.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's what that is. When the body is satiated, that's your body's way of saying I'm satisfied.
yeah.
Mhm.
And my energy is good. I mean, I still have nights where I'm not sleeping, the best because of the babies, but I can get through a day now. It's not unbearable like it used to be.
Mhm.
So things are good.
Yeah, guys, we can't thank you enough for exposing yourself and letting us all know about your health crisis that you went through, and then the solution that you found. Because we've been with Isagenix for 4.5 years, and I love the products. And but these last, I'm on my second shred also, and my energy has been through the roof. I'm 44. I've got, I've had multiple surgeries and, multiple injuries and multiple surgeries. So I deal with, being uncomfortable a lot. This has helped me with that. And the ease of this for us has just been so on point and so, critical to getting us through the day now as a family of 6. We call ourselves the Sisk Pack. And it's just, it's been spot on. Thank you guys so much for everything that you've done and keeping us motivated. We appreciate it.
Wow.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you guys so much. That's incredible. Hey, Janelle, if you can do it in 3 to 4 minutes, and then Jesse will have the last 20 minutes to educate. Is that cool, Jess? Okay, Janelle, you out there to close us out with testimonials?
Yes. I loved what Aubrey said about this feeling like a magic trick, because that is literally how I feel about what has happened in my life. I've been doing Isagenix for 8 years, and this year I've been working on my weight loss, and I had been doing lots of cleanses, at least one a month. And I was yo-yoing within the same 5 or so pounds, up and down, up and down, up and down for a couple months. And I just didn't really know what I could do to shift things. So then I heard about the erShred, the very first Zoom you guys ever did. I watched the day after. I'm currently on day 3 of my 3rd shred. So I feel like it's become a lifestyle for me. Like the days in between, I'll kind of relax and do a few other things, or, eat some of my favorite things. But then, then I go back really solid. But so in my 2 shreds that I did so far, I had a 5-pound weight loss, but the size difference in who I am as a human being is shocking to me. Like I literally am shocked when I look in the mirror right now, and that's like never happens in my life. My body fat went down 4%, and the hugest thing for me is that I feel like this has turned my body into a well-oiled machine. Like it functions. Especially, I had never incubated shakes before. I feel like when I drink a shake now, and I've had shakes for 8 years now, but now the shakes are different and they taste better. And I feel like my cells are absorbing them so much more. And, on the days in between the shreds where I actually, the minute I eat sugar, I ended up getting pretty, back on sugar a little bit in between my last 2 shreds. And I was like, oh shoot, I'm a person that can't not weigh myself every morning. I just do. But that my body is functioning. It's not doing what it used to do where I have a bad day and, oh, I'm up 2 pounds because I'm bloated and inflamed. Like, it is staying steady. And it's just, that's the hugest thing for this for me. I feel like focusing on the protein and incubating the shakes has allowed my body to just function like it's supposed to and make accommodations for those times where I do eat something that's not so great. And that's never been the case before. So
thank you, Janelle. And thank you so much for being willing to share your before and after pictures. I know that that's not a comfortable thing for a lot of people, but it really is so inspiring. Like, we love to see the results, like with our eyes. It's great to hear, but we love and we appreciate people who are willing to share their before and after pictures, because it is so very inspiring for so many people.
Yeah, go to Janelle's wall. I think it's on her wall. I hope so. If not, it's in the group erShred, and go look at her before and after pictures, and you'll actually look at the before and after pictures and you'll say, there's no way that's only 5 pounds. It doesn't make logical sense, because it appears as though it's 2 completely different people, and it appears as though it's about 25 to 30 pounds. No offense, Janelle, but it does. And that just goes to show you that body composition is shifting, and that's shredding. That's shredding right there. Jesse, I'm going to introduce you. Janelle, we love you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're helping so many people by being so brave.
thank you. One interesting thing, I actually showed my trainer. I just actually have hired a trainer within the last month to start working out now. And she thought the dates on there were October 3rd to November 9th. And she thought that was a year. She thought it was a year. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Janelle, thank you. Jesse, I'm going to introduce you, but Jesse, I'm going to take just a couple more minutes. You can go over the hour if you want. I don't care, but you look pretty charged there. You're like pacing like you're getting ready to go into the ring and like beat somebody up. I wouldn't want to get in the ring with you, that's for sure. But guys, I just want to say something. Jesse Jamnik, I got to put out a public post. I'm going to award Jesse Jamnik with the first ever. This is all I can do right now, because this is all in the formulative stages. This will become big time, and we'll get more formal with things, but I'm going to award Jesse Jamnik with the first ever erShred Ambassador Award. And here's why Jesse Jamnik is the first and only, and he's flexing, is the first and only ever erShred Ambassador Award, because if you haven't noticed, this guy is giving of himself to everybody all the time. It's almost like, I think he's cloned 50 of him. This guy still has a day job. This guy still is training for an ultra marathon that kicks off this weekend. And he has given, I don't know how you get it all done, bro, but this guy is so passionate about this mission and this cause, and he has given. Yeah, give it up for Jesse in the chat, and go on his wall. Everybody that watches this, go on Jesse Jamnik's wall and tell Jesse what he's done for you, because I've got to tell you, this guy, I can't even tell you, he's more passionate about it than I am. I can't even believe it. And I'm sitting there going, dude, where's it coming from? And it is legit. It is real. He is not getting paid to do all of this, you guys. I wish I could just, the guy deserves it. He's that amazing. Guys, we need to give this guy our love. We need to appreciate him. He's done so much for us. Jesse is a nutrition coach. He's also a bodybuilder, or was a bodybuilder. He's also an ultra marathoner. He's also a member of Team Isagenix. I don't know what we did to deserve him. He's been like a brother to me. Jesse.
Yes, Jesse.
Are you ready, Jesse? Are you ready?
I think I want to cry now, instead of like, you're getting me to, you're going to break me one of these days. And
I mean every word, I mean it.
I appreciate you. I love you guys so much. And like Adam said, like, if it wasn't for you guys having the courage to take a wild leap, and it's crazy, guys. You hear all these amazing testimonials, and let me tell you, like, I have been putting in, no joke, like hundreds of like hours to study and make this make sense, because that's how my brain works. Because I'll be very honest, when Sean first called me, I'm an open-minded dude. Like, I've seen things in the world of science and nutrition that like would blow your mind. And if you don't have an open mind to take it in, I think you're gonna miss life. Like, you're gonna miss the thing. And that's how I've kind of always looked at things. And I said, you know, bro, this is really interesting. And I gotta check this out. You know, let's circle back and let's make sense of this. But him and Crystal dove in, and I mean, they've always been there for me too. Like, I love you guys. So, you know, just know it's you guys that took that leap, and it's not easy to do with health. And, you know, here's what I've learned, and I want to start this with this, right? You hear all these amazing, great things. I want to help you try to make you understand why. And the first thing you got to understand is the human body, every single one of you are designed to be freaking amazing. And I just think that over time we forgot that. And I need you to understand that. And when you give the body a fighting chance, the body will heal itself. It's designed to do that. And what we've done is not a magic cure. It's not a magic potion. It's not fairies flying down from the sky and, you know, sprinkling dust on you, although it feels that way. And it feels that way because for so long we've been told what to do. We've been told, eat more vegetables, you know, take away fat, take away this, do that. It's been guidelines. And I can't get into it all now, but I can promise you that I can show you things that would blow your mind on where these recommendations came from. So what is the erShred? Let's start there, right? It's a nutritional rebalancing program. It's elimination, it's reset, it's shred. And we'll break that down for you so that way it actually makes sense and you can follow along why you're either jacked up or you're about to get really jacked up in a really, really good way. And I'm sure everybody just wants to feel jacked up, right? It's a simple system that actually produces results. You've heard stories of people. I've tried A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It didn't work. It didn't work. As a functional practitioner, I have to ask myself holistically, why? See, that's the beautiful thing about functional medicine. And this takes a functional medicine approach. It's not like, oh, the leaves are brown, let's spray them. It's, oh, the leaves are brown, there's something wrong with the soil. And we gotta address the root causes. And there's nothing that gives the root cause, which I'll share with you here in a minute. So stay tuned of what it is. There's nothing that addresses the root cause of all chronic, disease like this does, with literally a right, a left, and a friggin' Mike Tyson uppercut. I'm telling you, this goes right to the core, right? So it's like a hardwire reset. Sean, you said this before. If your computer's all jacked up, your phone's all jacked up, you turn it off, you wait 10 seconds, and you turn the guy back on. And most of the time, magic, right? Well, when you fuel the body the right way, that's when magic starts to happen. So you got to understand, why do we need something like this? Well, I got to ask myself, disease is on the rise despite doing everything that we've been told to do, right? I can literally track it. I have a post on my page that I just posted that you guys can see, that you can track. Vegetables are up, grains are up, sugars are up, fat is down, meat is down. This is consumption. Why? Because this is what we've been told to do. Well, what in the world? Autoimmune disease, cardiovascular disease, obesity levels at uncontrollable rates that it's making people sick. And if we're doing everything that we're told to do, I had to ask myself, well, maybe there's got to be a different way. And that way is to go back to what our DNA really is, hunter-gatherers and stuff to that nature, right? And you start to understand how the evolution of the body has progressed, and you start to track food. See, I like to study food and stuff, but I like to also track the history, how it was developed, big food and all that kind of good stuff, right? So we need it because people just type into the chat and let me know, don't you just want a simple way that takes the guesswork out, that actually makes you feel good and actually freaking works? Like, isn't that really, at the end of the day, if we ask ourselves, like, isn't that what we really want? I want simple, right? People are yes, right? So it's like, of course you do. Simple, and it works. And that's exactly what this combination of things does, right? So, and the cool thing with this is that it's not like a diet that's standard out there. This isn't specifically for one thing. You've seen athletes, you've seen professional trainers, we have herbalists, we have naturopaths, we have holistic medical practitioners, we have doctors and physicians that have now experienced the erShred, and everybody, it's coming in from all walks of life. So again, this isn't, it's not a diet mentality, it's an empowerment movement. And if we just keep doing the same thing over and over again, we all understand that that's the definition of insanity, right? Insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And that's what we do with diets. See, the word diet has the word die in it for a reason. The word lifestyle has the word life in it for a reason. Now you get to choose life, die. I know what I'm choosing. If you can't tell, it's life, right? I just want to feel good. I want to feel good every single day of my life. I'm going on 41. I feel like I'm 20. Move mountains. I feel like I can move a lot of them. I'm going to run up and down them this weekend. Like, you should feel amazing every single day. But I also appreciate and understand why. You've been duped, you've been tricked, and whatever. So what are we going to do? What is this? Why are healthy people having healthier results? Why are people that have struggled for so long getting results and actually keeping them? There goes your proof that it's not yo-yo, right? It's not an up and down because people are sustaining the results. That's the proof of lifestyle. And if you look at the erShred, it's a simple 4-part concept. You have the E, it's elimination. It's the platinum, the creme de la creme, the gold standard in holistic medicine of how to identify food allergies. You see, it's not that certain things are bad. We're not demonizing vegetables and certain carbs. That's not what this is about. What we're saying is, if I asked you, do you honestly know what the foods are that are not serving you every day? Could you answer that question? And majority of people have no idea. They're like, well, I eat a little bit of this and I have a little bit of that. And before you know it, it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And it builds up and builds up and builds up and builds up. And before you know it, you're like, whoa, right? So what this does is bring us back to baseline. Elimination removes the culprits. What are we trying to identify and attack? Here's the kicker. Here's why you all feel amazing in a few days. We attack chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation is the root cause of every major disease today. You can trace it back. Now, what the heck is that? Well, we have 2 types of inflammation. We have acute inflammation and chronic. Acute inflammation, you cut your finger, you sprain your ankle, you get a virus, you get a cold, your immune system floods your body with white blood cells, and that is what protects you. That's your healing process. Chronic inflammation is when that inflammation doesn't turn off. It's supposed to turn on and off. And a lot of us, we're eating culprit foods. We have extra stress. We have toxins from the world. We have all these things built up, and it's turning our immune system and keeping it turned on. And when the white blood cells just keep flooding and they think that there's things to attack because of leaky gut or other problems that are inside of you, it starts to create damage. It will damage your organs. It will damage your DNA over time. It will damage so much your thought process. That's why you can't lose weight. Your body's stuck. It's like, it's literally attacking itself. It's literally at war with itself. That's what chronic inflammation is. So a great example is if you carry excess body fat, your body thinks the visceral fat's very aggressive. It's very anabolic. So your body's constantly attacking it. Do you see how that can lead to a problem? And that bloat and that chronic inflammation, guys, is stalling it all. So that's number one, that elimination aspect, to eliminate those culprits, bring you back down to baseline and give you a fresh start, right? That's one of the key things. What's the reset? The reset is intermittent fasting, cellular intermittent fasting. This is very different than the mainstream pockets of windows of fasting. You don't even get nearly the benefits that you do when you do it this way. And I'll give you a brief explanation why, right? Really simple so you can follow along. Does everybody follow me so long? Just type yes in the chat if you are, right? Let me know you're alive. So that way I know that you're understanding and following. So we reset. Now, when we intermittent fast, we have amazing things that happen at different windows. We support our body. Our body's designed to do this, but it's a little junked up. So we need to give it a break. It's like an oil change for your car. You can't just drive and drive and drive without the oil change, right? You need to get an oil change. So at the 12-hour mark, hormones start to rebalance. One of them is serotonin. That's your hunger hormone. That's why you might be hungry in the morning, but then once you hit that 12-hour mark, you kind of just like forget about food, especially as cleansing becomes more regular for you. Maybe at first it's a little challenge and the bone broth is great, and I'll get into that for a second, but it gets easier and easier and easier. For me, it's like just another day now, right? It's like I look forward to it because I know, right? So that's the 12-hour mark, the 18-hour mark. Your body starts to produce human growth hormone naturally and jacks it up. I forgot the exact percentage, but I think it's like 300%. I think if Adam knows, type it into the chat for me, but I think it's way up there. Now, what's that good for? Hair, skin, nails, eyes, everything, everything. And then the magical 24-hour mark. Why do we go to 24 hours? Because this beautiful thing called autophagy. And autophagy is just the simple definition of the eating of. So the good cells start to eat the damaged cells. Your body is literally now cleaning itself, and you've started what's called fat adaptation. Now pay attention, because this is where toxins come into play. Really dangerous toxins, pesticides, herbicides, stuff that we suck in, that we touch, the gas, the cleaners, and all the stuff in life, right? Everybody gets it? Those things get stuck inside of our fat cells. They're very oily. So when we go into fat adaptation, the body starts to utilize stored fat and switches its process from using carbohydrates and sugars as energy sources and switches to stored body fat. Now, when it does that, it releases the oils of fat, goes into the bloodstream, and now our livers can actually do their job of getting out all of the toxins. You see, we're the magic. You are the magic. This is the vehicle. This is the erShred. This is the empowerment. This is like anything else that's out there. I'm sorry, I'll fight it till the day I die. You can't stop me. Like, it's there. It doesn't match up because it contains all these components. So that's the reset. And then we go 48. You can imagine if autophagy starts at 24, what are you getting at 48? Holy bajoli, right? Like craziness. So then we get into the shred part. What is the shred part really? We need to learn how to fuel our body for peak performance. What does that mean? Does that mean go run an ultra marathon? If you're crazy, okay, go for it. If you got screws loose in your brain and you're not normal, go for it, right? I don't know why I still do this, right? But what does it mean? It means to be the best mom that you could possibly be. It means to be the dad or mom that goes to work all day and comes home and still has energy to play with their kids. It means that you can be in focus, not just for a job, but for your family, for your loved ones, for whatever. That's what fueling for performance means. Peak energy to do whatever you want to do and feel amazing every single day. Why? Because you deserve to feel that way. We gotta cut the crap and get down to the basics. So what do? We choose meat. Oh my God. That was a silent scream, just so I didn't blow your ears, okay? We choose meat. My gosh, guys, go back in evolution. Are you kidding me? We were designed to fuel on this stuff. We were designed to fuel on meat and fat. And really another reason why we do it is not just because we were designed to do it. I get it. I'm a nutrition brain. It took me a minute. I had to do hundreds of hours of studying to get myself to believe it all. But I promise you, look at the results. Look at the results. You're so full. You're so satisfied. Oh, I'm sorry, a ribeye with grass-fed butter and salt. Come on, right? Like, what a punishment. I'm sorry, right? You know, and it's like we fuel with meat. We fuel with meat because of the minerals, the protein, the satiety, the amazingness that it is. Grass-fed, grass quality, like Luna said. It does matter. It does matter for sure. Choose to fuel your body. Choose your body as the temple that it is. You get one of them. And let me tell you something, it is never too late. It is never freaking too late. We heard the stories from older, from younger. It doesn't matter. It's never too late. Just make the choice. So we shred the body with the butters and the fats and the proteins, and we're full. And then what do we do to complement that? Because listen, we want to make sure that this is science-based and we want to be safe. And Sean and I, we care. Crystal, we care about people. We want you to feel amazing. This isn't some yo-yo, like, let's just do this thing, right? Like, this has nothing to do with anything else besides we care about people feeling freaking amazing every single day of their life. It jacks me up. I can't sleep at night. That's how I get it done. I have trouble sleeping right now. It's troubling me. Like, and I know I need more sleep, but I can't because your stories, I can't, I can't, right? So then we complement this with these amazing macronutrient formulated shakes. We partner with a company called Isagenix, as many of you are aware of, right? We utilize their amazing products. Why? They're 18 years old. They're backed by research. They put millions of dollars into testing. So we know that what they say is what we get. It has the certification. This is why we choose this. Do you understand? Because of integrity. And we live by that. This is part of the erShred. I need you to understand that, but it's a beautiful piece of it. It's like Bob says, peanut butter and jelly, right, Bob? It's peanut butter and jelly, baby. That's what it is. It just goes together. And if that's not your jam, then have a fluffernutter, right? Like it just goes together. So these shakes, they're macronutrient dense, the right grass-fed proteins, the fats, the carbohydrates, the vitamins, the minerals that we might be lacking from removing other things, we're filling that void. Do you understand this creates the balance? Please shake your head if you understand this. This is important. You need to be balanced. This is not stripping your body. It's doing the absolute opposite. It's taking the crap out and giving you everything is that you need. I call that filling out. You're just knocking out the cravings, right? Your body shouldn't crave. If your body craves, you're nutrient deficient, friends. That's just science, okay? Your body shouldn't crave. So you're fueling your body for performance. You're utilizing this combination. And then we have this amazing bone broth. Bone broth. This is not like throwing knuckles in a pressure pot and making your own bone broth. It's a little bit different, and I'll explain to you why, although that's really good. This is collagen peptide bone broth. Collagen peptides are the most abundant protein in the entire human body. Think of that as the glue that holds us together. That's what collagen is. And you're getting 10, I think it's 10 grams of the highest quality collagen peptides in these bone broths. You use them on these cleanse days to balance everything out. It doesn't even feel like you're cleansing, right? Like people that haven't cleansed in years are all of a sudden like, holy crap, I can do this. Right, because we're supporting the body. This isn't about punishment. This is not punishment. This is regaining back control. This is about honoring yourself. This is about deserving to feel amazing. So we have that aspect. Now, the fourth concept of why this is so amazing is all of you, the erShred community. There's 19,000 people, and I literally admit like 50 to 60 people every single day. Sometimes I can't even keep up, and other admins are putting people in. This is a community that is spread. I forgot how many, I don't even know how many countries we're in now, Sean, if you know, put it in the chat, but I lost track. That's how fast, it's only been 6 weeks. And we're spreading countries. People are doing this. Why? Because it works. It's a combination of not one magical thing that doesn't exist, friends. There's no magic pill. There's no magic diet. This is a lifestyle, and it's a combination of everything together and the community that you have helped us create. My gosh, we're so thankful for you because it's everybody loving on everybody. You're never alone. You're never alone because if you have an off day, no problem. You're human. We're here to pick you up. How many people, raise your hand, if I can see you, have had an off day and got help from the group, had a question and got an answer? Like we're putting out more and more and more and more. We're going to teach you foods and how to have a lifestyle. This is not just something that's going away. This isn't a fad diet. This is going to be a community for life. You stay here as long as you want and feel amazing with us as long as you want, and we will always be there to support you. That's what this is. Do you understand? People pay thousands of dollars to go through elimination diets. It's free. Literally, holistic nutrition, naturopath, $10,000. Easy to walk you through. And it's kind of sketchy. We're just knocking it out, right? You get all that support. You get everything that you need. It's the simplest thing to produce the actual results. And that's why I'm so damn excited for every one of you. And those are the reasons why, if you take it with the elimination, the reset with the intermittent fasting, the amazing nutrition with the grass-fed beef and the butter and the animal fats, and you're actually fueling your body for peak performance. You're balancing that out, right? Because again, this isn't starvation. This is the opposite. You balance it out, and then you put together with that this community that just is such a beautiful place to be. I mean, let me know if you agree in the chat if this is the best thing ever, right? Like that's what this is all about, friends. So it's a much bigger thing, you know, if some of you coming in like, oh, I just want to, you know, it's weight. No, it's not weight. It's power. It's putting you back in the driver's seat because you get to come back out of this, like you heard, and you now get to walk by food if you choose not to eat it. That is power. But At the same time, if you decide you want to enjoy some of it, you're doing it because you want to, and there is zero guilt for being a human being. That's what I want to see everybody get to, whether it's 1 shred, 2 shred, 3 shreds that you need, whatever your goals personally are. This is not about Jesse or Sean or Crystal or Bob or Janelle or anybody. That's their story. This is your story, and whatever you need, you go for it. But my hope is that afterwards, you take the power of everything that you've learned, of how really every bite of food you take instantly talks to your cells. Not a week from now, instantly sends signals. And you now get to make that choice. Friends, that is power that money can't buy. And that's what we're lacking in the nutrition industry. Is I have coached for 20 years, over 20,000 hours. Listen to me, please. I say this with it's literally what it is, right? I have never seen something, never, that has given me the assistance to help as many people so quickly and give them the power. I've tried to teach people all sorts of food way eating habits, weighing food, counting food, macros, this, that, you name it, right? There is nothing that's been more powerful than putting this together and watching these things come together and then seeing people go on 6 weeks now, carrying that power with them. This is what Sean and I talked about. This is what it's all about. So that's what I got, brother. I try to put it all together to make it make sense. And this is it. Like, that's what it's about.
Jesse, your presentation is so on point. It's so perfect. I can't believe you're able to do that in about 20 minutes.
You cover a lot of great information
in a very concise, short amount of time, and it's very digestible. When I first met Jesse, you'll remember this. When I first met you 5.5 years ago, I told you, you have a gift. You have a gift, the ability to share information that is technical in a way that anybody can understand and comprehend and utilize and find empowerment with. And so you really do have that gift. Hey guys, listen real quick before I'm going to unmute us, and we're all going to thank Jesse, and we're all going to celebrate Jesse as the first ever erShred ambassador. But first I want to say this: invite people to the call next week. Invite them to the call next week, and we'll do it again. And we're going to keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And we're going to push back against these holidays, like Crystal said. We're going to push back because guess what? Guess what works perfect with erShred?
Turkey.
Yeah, baby. We want to see your erShred Thanksgiving meals, your feasts. We want to see them. I don't think Lenny's on because I haven't seen him or heard from him, but I'm gonna open it up, unmute everybody. And guys, let's just all thank Jesse. We probably don't want to speak over each other, but if you've got something you'd love to say to Jesse, please feel free to do so. I'm going to unmute all right there. Chris, do you see unmute all? This is not mine. Here, that says mute all. Seems like a lot of people.
I think everyone has to do it there.
Oh, go ahead and unmute yourselves. And if you've got something.
Thank you, Jesse. You're amazing.
Thank you, Jesse.
so much.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Jesse.
Jesse.
Thank you, Jesse, and everybody who participated.
Crushed it, brother. Crushed it.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse. You've made a big difference in my life.
Thank you, Jesse. You rock, man.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesse. That time.
Somebody's feeling very young.
Oh, that's awesome. You're welcome, guys. Thank you so much. I hope everybody is just goes out and crushes it and just feels amazing. So that's really what this is all about.
All right. We love
Beautiful
you.
job.
We'll
Good night,
see you all
everyone.
next week. Bring your friends, bring your family. Let's change lives.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.